Never think less of yourself. The things you have gone through gives you a unique perspective that no one else has or no one else can have. Before I started my career in tech, I used to work in an investment bank. I came into tech with a unique perspective, even though I was relatively inexperienced compared to my other colleagues. In meetings, when I had an opinion, I used to keep it to myself because I didn't want to sound stupid and I knew that I was very, very inexperienced. It wasn't until later that I realized that if I had said things I wanted to say, I would have gotten to the resolution faster, and that gave me the confidence to actually deliver what's in my brain. So I started getting more confident actually saying what's in my mind and what's in my brain. What you know right now is enough to get you started. When I started my career in tech, during the early years, I was involved in a big project, tens of millions of pounds. And then the lead of that project resigned and it fell on me to actually take the reins. I was in a panic. Even my colleagues, they were unsure if I'll be able to take over the reins. The leadership called me for a meeting, I guess to size me up if I was actually up for the task. Even I was unsure. But you know what? I backed myself. I said, you know what? If she can do it, I definitely can do it. And I moved on with the project. That singular act, that singular project that I did a lot for my career. It actually propelled me to have a lot of confidence into tackling even bigger projects. I'm happy I did. I'm happy I backed myself. Was I fully ready? Absolutely not. I'm happy I backed myself, as I said earlier. It did a lot for me. Application is better than knowing. The application of a knowledge is actually better than that knowledge itself, because you need to learn how to apply that knowledge to everyday life. When I did the FIFA agent exam, it was an open book exam because it didn't matter if you need a regulation or not. The main thing was, can you apply it to the scenarios that they were going to give to you? Because as I said earlier, application of a knowledge is absolutely better than the knowledge itself. And just because you know the regulation doesn't mean that you know how to apply it. So learn how to apply, learn application, and that will take you far. No one is coming to save you. It might sound harsh, but that's the reality. Let me tell you a story. Some years ago, I was living in a single room with my daughter and my then girlfriend. This is my wife right now. I would struggle to pay the rent, even though it was a single room. I remember this particular month, I really struggled. I had to actually get help because I just couldn't afford it. My rent was actually more than half my take home. It was crazy. How the hell that if I can't even pay for just one single month, how am I going to pay for the subsequent month? But then that jolted me. It made me realize that look, it was up to me to figure this out myself. And no one is going to help me. Yes, I might be able to beg here and there or have help here and there, but there was absolutely no one that was coming to save me. It was up to me. And the truth is that there was no one to blame but me. I had to accept that and I had to say, how do I get out of this situation? That's what I did. I accepted the fact that it was down to me and no one is coming to save me. That brings me to my fifth point. It is never too late. What did I do? I went back to school. I had to upskill, learn a new skill to be able to earn more and push me out of this situation I found myself in. It's funny because when I was doing this, I was probably like 10 years older than most of my classmates. I remember when I went for my first internship, everyone in the department, I was older than them, apart from maybe the head of the department. It was crazy. But you know what? That was what was needed to be done. And that's what I did. Just because I was behind doesn't mean that's where I was going to end up. I looked at my goal. I had a focus and I said I was going to keep on going. So I just kept pushing. So I say to you, do not be afraid to be left behind. So far you keep moving forward. So far you keep going. Point 6, be authentic. I cannot stress this enough. Trust yourself. Trust the timing of your life. Believe in yourself. There is something in you. Trust the timing of your life and everything is possible. Once I started living my life, living it on my own terms and not caring what anyone else thought, I was never actually free. Your freedom is on the other side of your authenticity. Wow, I just thought about that right now. I guess I am smart. I'll move on to the point 7. Teach people how you want to be treated. That is so important. Let people know how exactly you expect to be treated. And if they refuse, keep your distance. Remove yourself from a disrespectful situation. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. Until the next video, peace.